I'm going to say a hadith, and then I'm going to explain, and the khutbah is going to revolve around that hadith, and I'll explain a bit more about it. One of the companions, called Abdullah ibn Abbas, he is the cousin of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet's uncle, Sayyidina Abbas, and his son Abdullah. But he was young. He was born on the first day of, I think, first day of Hijrah, around that time. So 1 Hijrah year. So he was young. He was a young kid. So when the Prophet spoke to him, he was about 6, 7 years old around that time. So what did Sayyidina Muhammad say? He said, one day, I'm going to say in Arabic, in fact, I'm going to translate it. كنت خلف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يوما. One day, I was behind the Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم. فقال, so he said to me, يا غلام إني أعلمك كلمات. Ghulam is when we talk to a youth, a young person. I don't know if there's an equivalent in English, but when you talk to someone young, a young person, something like that. It's endearing and it's kind of gentle. إني أعلمك كلمات. I'm going to teach you a few words. احفظ الله يحفظك. احفظ الله تجده تجاهك. Care of Allah, Allah will take care of you. I'll explain it in after this, inshallah. Take care of Allah, and Allah, you'll see Allah ahead of you. إذا سألت فاسأل الله. If you ask Allah. وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله. If you depend, then depend only on Allah. واعلم أن الأمة لو اجتمعت على أن ينفعوك بشيء لم ينفعوك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله لك. Now know for certain, if the entire nation, Muslim nation, all of humanity, gathered to benefit you, then they will not be able to benefit you except with what Allah has decreed upon you. So if Allah has already decreed you're going to get £1 million, no matter, even if all of humanity gathered to give you £1 million, they won't give it to you. You won't get it until Allah decrees it. وإن اجتمعوا على أن يضروك بشيء لم يضروك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله لك رفعت الأقلام وجفت الصحف. And if they all gather, all humanity gathers. Another hadith, Sayyidina Muhammad expands it, says, all humanity and jinn, so any sentient being, they all gathered to harm you, they will not be able to harm you except with something Allah has already decreed that you will be harmed by. رفعت الأقلام وجفت الصحف. Everything that's happening to us is written. So as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Sayyidina Muhammad saying, that's it. The pens have been dried, the ink has been dried from the pen, and the writing has been stopped. There is nothing further that's going to be written. Now, this hadith is revolving around the 6th pillar of Iman. The 6th pillar of Iman. What is the pillars of Iman? Belief in, let me take one step back. As a Muslim, we do 5 actions. We sign a contract with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We say, oh Allah, I affirm that you're one God and that Muhammad is your prophet. And I'm going to do 4 things. 1 between me and you, prayer. 1 for myself, fasting. 1 between me and the community, which is zakah, obligatory charity. And 1 more of a social community, which is the Hajj, pilgrimage. Okay, 5 actions. You're now called a Muslim. This is now you're called a Muslim. Now, after you become Muslim, you believe in something. Now you've joined, you're now paid the membership fee and you've signed the contract. Now you're going to start doing, if you're in a gym, for instance, you're going to start now training. What do you actually believe in as a Muslim? What defines you as a Muslim? 6 things. Believing in Allah, His angels, the books that He sent with His prophets, and the prophets themselves. And the Day of Judgment, and finally, Qadr, khayrihi wa sharrihi, your destiny, whether good or bad. And the part of the hadith, the second part of the hadith, the first part, of course, is important. The first part talks about if you truly want Allah to take care of you in this world, to take care of your issues, take care of your problems, first of all, why don't you follow what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says? That is the meaning of caring for Allah, following Allah's orders, following what Allah has demanded of you, which isn't really much. What is Allah asking from us to do? To be honest, not lie, not steal, be polite and respectful to your elders and parents, do your job or do your work or do your study with quality. That's just decency, isn't it? That's why Sayyidina Muhammad says that he was sent to make our morals better. Okay. And if you care for Allah, if you follow Allah's path, you'll always find Allah there for you. When you're desperate, you will see Him. When you truly want something, He will answer you. He'll be there for you. إذا سألت فاسأل الله وإذا استعنت استعن بالله. The true meaning of worship is asking. When you know for certain that no human can help you or benefit you except Allah, what else is worship but that? Your heart is now tied to Allah. If my heart is tied to this brother, I know that he's the one who's going to benefit me or give me a job. I've disconnected myself from Allah. He might be a means to an end, true, but the one who gives me the money, the one who gives me the benefits, who cures my illnesses is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that covers everything, up to and including medicine. Medicine is a means. And by the way, we have to do the means because Allah's laws have to be followed. Just like gravity pulls you down, just because I'm a Muslim doesn't mean that I'm going to fly. No. Laws of gravity follow it. Even the prophets, they jump, they fall down. Simple as that. You don't know how to swim, you'll drown. And if you depend on someone, again, that's part of your belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, part of your worship of Allah. You're dependent upon Allah. And then we talk about the Qadr. We talk about destiny. We talk about as much act as you do, in the end, what Allah has destined for you is going to happen. It has got two benefits. I'm going to expand on it with another hadith to explain it a bit more. But I'm going to say the benefits first. The first benefit is you'll never have a regret in your life. You've missed an opportunity. Allah has destined this one, and whatever He wanted will happen. Fine. Next. You'll never feel guilty. The world, this dunya that we live in, transfers from your heart to your hand. Worldly matters no longer matter to you so much. Now, I'm going to say another hadith to explain destiny clearly, what that means. And it will clearly explain what we're supposed to do. This is in a Muslim, and this was by the Prophet's cousin as well, Sayyidina Ali, another cousin. And Ali radiallahu anhu قال كنا في جنازة في بقيع الغرقد فأتى الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم فقعد وقعدنا حوله ومعه مخصرة فمكث فجعل ينكث بمخصرته ثم قال. The Prophet, Sayyidina Ali was saying that they were in a funeral. Baqiyah is a place just behind if you've gone to Medina, you'll find there's a place that's walled out, and that's where they're buried. Anyone that dies in Medina is buried there. All the companions are buried there. Majority of the companions are buried there. In fact, anyone that dies in Medina gets buried there straight away. That's why after every prayer, you'll see them rushing over there to bury someone in the Baqiyah. So the Prophet sat down, and at the time of death, it's always time of reflection. So he sat down and he went quiet for a while. And the companions respected his quiet and he stayed quiet, waiting for what the Prophet's going to say or do or what's going to happen. Then the Prophet started speaking. What did he say? ما منكم من أحد ما من نفس منفوسة إلا وقد كتب الله مكانها من الجنة والنار إلا وقد كتبت شقية أو سعيدة. There is no soul that Allah has created except its place in heaven and hell has been determined. Every single one of us. In fact, the moment you're born, several things are written. Your life expectancy, how long you're going to live, whether you're going to go to Jannah or Nar, what you're going to be earning in this dunya. It's already been done. And I'm going to answer a question that comes to our mind when we hear this one. But this has all been written and set the moment we're born. That's why Sayyidina Muhammad, this explains why Sayyidina Muhammad says, if someone wants his life to be extended, respect your parents. What does that mean? Aren't I supposed to die? No, you're supposed to live 60 years. But if you're respectful for your parents more and more, and you connect with your relatives, Allah can and will increase it for you. He promised us that. Your life will become 60, 65, 70, who knows? قال رجل. One of the companions said to the Prophet, يا رسول الله أفلا نمكث على كتابنا وندع العمل. Prophet of Allah, if the book's written, why do we work? No point. So subhanAllah, there's nothing that has occurred to us except it's occurred to the Prophet and his companions. That's why it's important to read over and over again. Everything that might confuse you, you'll find it in the seerah, in the biography of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So what the Prophet says, من كان من أهل السعادة فسيصير إلى عمل أهل السعادة ومن كان من أهل الشقاوة فسيصير إلى عمل أهل الشقاوة. ثم قرأ فأما من أعطى واتقى وصدق بالحسنى فسنيسره لليسرى وأما من بخل واستغنى وكذب بالحسنى فسنيسره للعسرى. Now the Prophet explained, he said, the person who's destined to go to heaven, Allah is going to make good deeds easier for him. That's why the scholars always taught us, if you do a sin, do a good deed. Sinning, I'm not saying it's good, but we are human. We will sin. There is no one that will not sin. We will all sin. However, do a good deed. Even if your heart's not in it, doesn't matter. Just keep on doing it. Keep on doing good deeds. Why? Because if you're destined to go to heaven, then Allah will make good deeds easy for you. So just keep on doing good deeds. Keep on in the heart. There's this follower. He came after the Prophet by several centuries. He said, I spent 20 years fighting myself to pray Qiyam-ul-Layl. 20 years fighting myself to pray at night. 20 years. And then I started enjoying it after that. Can you wrap your mind around 20 years? He didn't like it. He hated it. He was difficult upon himself. He forced himself to pray. I don't want to pray, but he forced himself to do so. 20 years, not a month or two. We get bored after a week or two. This is 2 decades. Ask Allah forgiveness. Alhamdulillah wa kafa wa salatu wa salam ala abdihi al-Mustafa. Continuous thanks and gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salah and salam on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The same thing with bad deeds. The continuation of hadith, if you're destined to be punished, then doing bad deeds is going to be easy for you. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam read this ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى وَاتَّقَى. So this is the ayah, and it's a lovely ayah. The person who fears Allah and gives charity, we will make it easy for him to do good deeds. Do you know what this means? When he was fearing Allah and he was giving charity, there is no guarantee that he liked to do that. He was probably forcing himself. I'm going to fear Allah. I'm going to fear Allah. Imagine someone saying, I'm going to fear Allah. I've sinned. Oh God, forgive me. I'm going to fear him. I'm going to give charity. I don't want to give charity. I'm still going to force myself and give the £5, the £1. I'm still going to do that. You do that, then Allah will make it easy for you to follow him. Same thing on the opposite side. If you're stingy, and if your heart starts to blacken, then it will be easy for you to do the bad deeds. And this is the definition of destiny in the end. in the end, we all take the means. And al-istighfar is like a get-out card, a free get-out card of jail. Yeah, get out of jail card that they have in games. It's something that will take you out of. It's the same concept. You do istighfar, no matter how many bad deeds you do, Allah forgives, wipes it clean. We do not believe in Islam with inherited sin. We do not believe in Islam that if you've sinned, you'll never be forgiven. There is no graver sin than insulting Allah. There is no graver sin than saying bad things about Allah. And that is what being a non-believer is. You're saying that you're insulting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yet, if you go back to Him, He welcomes you. He's happier for you for forgiveness. So the door is open, it's always open for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness. And the door is open to do good deeds. The more good deeds you do, even if your heart's not in it, it doesn't matter if you don't feel that it's heavy on you. Just keep on doing the good deeds. Few reminders, the standard reminders. So we'll continue these reminders always. The first reminder, our brothers in Palestine, our brothers in Sudan, we shouldn't forget those. Our brothers in Kashmir, we've heard what's happened recently, and it's not two nations fighting. Our brothers and sisters and children in Kashmir are being oppressed. In fact, even in India itself are being oppressed. Our brothers and sisters in Sudan. Sudan is really a sore spot in the heart. What's happening there is a sore spot in the heart. And the same thing in Palestine. Hasn't stopped. Our brothers and sisters our children are starving. They're not allowing even, we said that last time, they're not allowing even a sack of flour to go inside. Yet still do the good deed. Still go to a charity, Islamic relief, humanitarian, what Islamic charity you want to go to, and pay the money what you can pay. Just continue doing that. Because in the end, what matters isn't the result, it's the effort. You stand in front of Allah, Allah will ask you, what do you do? I gave charity, that's all I could do. You're fine. If you could do more, speak about and educate people, do so. Today is Friday. Don't forget, listen to or read Surah Al-Kahf. Ramadan's finished, and it's a month now, or less than a month. We're in the Qadr now. We're in the month before the Hajj, before the pilgrimage, the fifth pillar of Islam. So let's not forget Qiyam-ul-Layl. Let's not forget praying 2 rakat at night. Allah